Hey guys, welcome back to episode 7 of the Biweekly Bites podcast. I'm here with Carissa.
Hi.
Taylor.
Hi.
And Nico.
Hi.
All from the newspaper staff. And they're joining me today to talk about some senior nostalgia because, as we all know, we're graduating here in a couple months and it's going to be a little sad, a little fun, a little happy, you know. So first question for all of y'all, and y'all can just answer in whatever order you want to. Is there anything that you'd go back and change about any of your first 3 years of high school? Any classes, anything that you would rather go back and change?
Heck yeah.
Well, for the first 2 years of my high school, I was actually homeschooled due to family problems and stuff like that because my dad had Lyme disease, so I had to make sure I took care of him. My mom didn't live with us for the first 4 years, so I had to take care of my brother as well, so that made more sense. And then junior year, we were all under a pandemic, so I couldn't really come in person, and when I did, there was absolutely no one here in the halls, which was, oh my god, that was heaven.
It was nice.
That was so heaven. But I typically consider my senior year, my first and last year, a public high school. So it's quite odd to just take it all in. It's very, very overwhelming.
You're just kind of there and gone.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, hey, all these people have known each other for the past 4 years. I have no clue who anyone is. I am seeing guys for the first time with full-on beards, which was not normal for me whatsoever. And just... yeah, I didn't have a single clue. Well, that's a lie. I had a clue what I wanted to do, but after doing the whole college application process, oh my god, that was such a struggle. It was bad.
Okay, so for me, for the first 2 years of high school, obviously I just came in brand new, so it's just not knowing anybody except the friends I went to at 4 Points Middle School, and I mostly was just wanting to have people like me and so I can have a lot of friends. I cared most about what people thought of me instead of thinking more about what I thought of myself, and I honestly do regret that to this day. It's honestly a mistake. I'm something I'm always gonna regret. I always looked at people more than I looked at myself. I always cared so much about what other people thought of me instead of caring about what I thought about myself. So that's just something I'm probably gonna regret for my freshman year. In the sophomore year, I take an advanced class. I took a pre-AP Chinese 2 class, which was kind of a struggle just because I do have a difficulty with some learning stuff, and that did kind of hold me back a ton. I ended up not being able to compete for track, which for a couple of weeks and that sucked, and I wasn't able to finish off my track season when I thought I was going to be able to compete again when obviously COVID hit and all that stuff. And yeah, junior year was also hard. I just went through a ton of stuff, but yeah, I think the main thing I honestly regret was just not caring as much about myself and having people just trying to make I don't know how to say this, but just make sure I actually look good, just to impress other people instead of making myself feel good. And just the classes I took sophomore year.
I think I would have done my volunteer work earlier in high school because it coincided. I was like, I'm gonna do volunteer stuff, and then COVID.
And then it takes up all of your time. Or with COVID, you couldn't do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would have.
Yeah. That's why you do it during your freshman and sophomore year.
Exactly.
It's
just waiting till last minute. Exactly.
And then I also would have shot for a higher SAT score. Not that my current one was bad, but it's just college is so competitive these days.
It is, man.
You have to have a 1500.
No, and you honestly have to look so good just for colleges, and that's when it was with SAT. That was just what I was so stressed about. I was just I just need to look good just so I can have a chance to get into obviously my dream schools, and so then I can actually look good and that type of thing. That honestly was so stressful.
I can only imagine what it's gonna look like 4 years from now.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, we're just gonna look
round.
back on this, but why?
Have fun, freshman.
I'm just so lucky that we didn't actually need to submit any SAT
Oh my
scores.
gosh, true.
I did not submit
Me either.
mine.
ACT for the win, man.
I
No.
submitted
ACT.
mine.
Oh, I didn't. No, my SAT score.
did it.
No, my SAT score was so bad. I'm pretty sure I cried about it for about
I
2
think-
hours.
I
so
think
bad.
probably worse than yours.
Yeah.
I got more points just for signing my name.
Oh my gosh.
You get a 600 for signing your name.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
All right, so next question. I have 10 questions. I'm gonna skip a few because
Oh, that's fine.
obviously, I mean, we're gonna take a while. We got 4 people.
Yeah.
Next question. Do you think y'all will stay in touch with people from high school, or will y'all even try to?
Well, for me, I'm actually friends with like a lot of people like who are underclassmen. It's like I'm friends with people who are sophomores, juniors, and also some freshmen. So I'm totally gonna try and stay in contact with a couple of them, and obviously because I'm going to school, which is 2 hours or so away from Austin, I'll be able to have opportunities to come up to see my cross country team. Obviously, see some of the newspaper staff members, which I'm really excited about. And I'm so excited about just going to school in Fort Worth. And I'm also hoping to still stay in touch with a couple of people from newspaper staff, like you guys. I would love to stay in touch with you guys, and obviously. Some probably like the others, I would love to stay in touch with them. So yes, I'm totally gonna stay in touch with all my friends who are who are obviously graduating, but also my friends who are still gonna be in high school.
Yeah.
And then for me, I already have a couple of friends who were seniors last year that are already out,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm still
same.
very much in touch with. So there's definitely a few I'm gonna keep in touch with. You know, just kind of the close group of friends I got over high school. So, and obviously with a couple members of the newspaper staff.
Of course, yeah.
And us.
Right. Because we're gonna be 2 hours from each.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, I would have to say I would love to try because this is, hey, my first and last year of senior high school. But also, I just moved here. So I have no clue who anyone is or their history. So, as you guys have mentioned, I would like to keep in touch with a few of the newspaper staff members, some friends from some of my classes, and it's quite sad. I can make a lot of friends with underclassmen.
Same.
So,
yes, exactly same.
There's probably 2 of them that I would stay in touch with, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
I know. I'm pretty sure I know who.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm.
sorry.
One last comment. What makes it weird for me is many of the kids I know here in high school, I went to elementary school with because it's not too far, and I went to middle school with. So this will mark the end of a decade. Pretty much.
Seeing them.
Yeah.
That's so weird. You guys never moved or anything?
No, so I moved here right before first grade started.
Oh, really?
So I wasn't here through kindergarten. A lot of my friends that I hang out with right now have been friends since kindergarten, and I kind of came in middle school. But yeah, it's 10 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I moved to 3 different elementary schools, 2 different middle schools, and 2 different high schools.
No, for me, I've transferred schools so many times. I went to elementary school, kindergarten to 2nd grade, transferred to a private school for 3rd and 4th, and then I moved to England for a couple of years, came back, and then went to a private school for a year, and then I finally went back to a public school. So I think for me, the craziest thing is just saying goodbye to all of my friends that I've been friends with ever since middle school, which is gonna be so crazy because I don't even know if we're gonna I'll be able to see them until I obviously come back and visit. It's just it's sad, and it's also crazy that we're gonna be obviously adults doing our own thing and just moving on to the next chapters of our life.
Because this is pretty much, it's not just the end of high school for me, it's the end of an entire...
Yeah, exactly.
And it's an era, yeah.
Yeah, it's the end of the era. This is
chapter.
it. We're done. It's scary.
Yeah. All right, so we're almost at 10 minutes. I've got 2 more questions. The last one's probably the most important.
Okay.
But I do want to ask the first one because, and we're trying to keep both of them kind of short.
Okay.
Just so we don't run too much over. I just want to keep it about 12 minutes because
That's perfect.
people have short attention spans nowadays. Y'all know this. Okay. First question.
Oh, no.
Are you hopeful for your future after high school? Because the reason I'm asking this question is in a lot of polls nowadays, people like to ask a question, are you hopeful for your future? Do you want children? Do you like all this stuff? Because there's this image of kind of doom and gloom around our generation and our generation's outlook on life, and I kind of want to see what's y'all's input on that.
Well, I guess I'll start. I have somewhat hope for this, obviously. Our generation's been through a lot. We faced the 2008 financial crisis. We faced COVID-19. We faced a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm pretty sure, of course, the 2020s is going to throw a lot more stuff our way.
Oh, yeah.
But I have some hope.
Yeah, I'm kind of agreeing with Nico on that. Like, I do have some good hope for my future. Like, I do hope that I'm gonna probably get married someday, have kids, have like a really good job, and I know we are probably gonna, go through like a ton of stuff, like not just like with the world, but just also us as individuals. But I know like we will definitely get through this because, like Nico said, we actually went through like a lot of stuff as teenagers, which is probably insane, and we like went through it, and like we still are, but like I do have hope for the future. And like whatever happens, like good or bad, we will get through it, and it'll end on a good note.
I would say for me as an individual, I'm hopeful for myself because I know how much hard work and effort I've put for my goals and especially for my future. So I'm pretty hopeful for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of change coming, but I mean, if our parents could go through seeing 9/11, war in Afghanistan, stuff like that, and still want to say, you know what, I'm going to bring a couple more crazy people into the world. I think we have a shot at that,
My family,
I think
honestly.
we've seen change. I think we're going to continue to see change, but
Yeah.
overall, I think, everything happens for a reason.
I mean, if our parents are able to get through all of that, like you said, then I know that we can be able
We'll
to.
be all
Yeah,
right.
we got this.
Yeah.
Hold on. Will we though? We got some robots coming into this world.
We got-
That sounds weird.
We got
Yeah.
robots.
That sounds
2020 has
weird.
already been one heck of a decade.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
exactly.
huge.
Yeah, it's only been 2 years of it.
Imagine what the next decade's gonna look like.
Oh, fun.
I really can't. I don't want to picture that.
Like robots, flying cars. We're gonna be like, I don't know, war. I don't know.
It's gonna be Back to the Future.
Yes.
All right, one last question for each of y'all.
Oh no.
What is one tip that you would give for a freshman, like an 8th grader coming into freshman year next year? What is one tip you would give them for succeeding in high school? Just a short little tidbit.
Okay, so for me, what I would say is definitely get involved more because lots of schools like to look at what you're involved in, like to know about you. So for me, I like to say start getting involved as a freshman. Don't wait till it's too late. Which I didn't mention this before. It's kind of another regret I did. I didn't start getting involved more till like I was like upperclassmen, whatever. So I say when you're an incoming freshman, like find your thing, like get involved, like do sport, do theater, do something that's gonna help you like look good for college because at the end of the day, college is gonna be like looking at you, like they're gonna be seeing like what you're gonna be like what you're doing, and you want to look good for them. So I say like just find your thing, get involved, and just
Build your resume.
yeah, and have fun.
Yeah.
Like high school is scary, but still at the end of the day, you should still at least have some fun.
I would say get involved, get good grades, obviously.
Yeah, that too.
Watch out your deadlines, and not only just
Yeah.
not just for your
Don't take a lot of advanced classes. Just saying.
yeah, not just for high school itself, but college admissions. It's like a Dwight Schrute meme I saw on the internet.
Wow.
You need motivation? False. You need fear and an approaching deadline.
Yes.
True.
Exactly. 11:59 p.m. Marissa, what
Also,
do you
don't
got?
procrastinate. Procrastinating is not a good answer. Never ever procrastinate.
Exactly.
So, for an incoming freshman, which I never got to experience, I have to say, honestly, it will suck, but just work hard. Work as hard as you possibly can because it
Yeah.
will pay off in the big run. Like, no matter what, strive for anything higher than a 3.5, of course. And honestly, just be yourself. High school, no one's gonna necessarily remember you. Some will actually kind of start envy you, be like, damn, I wish I was that cool kid, like rocking those cool hairstyles or rocking those cool clothes or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or, man, I wish, I actually tried to go on varsity, or, hey, I want to try doing theater. Just do what you love. Not necessarily do what colleges want, but do what you love because that's what they're looking for.
Exactly. The last thing I'm going to throw in there before I do the outro and say adios to our audience is be yourself. That's one thing that I really struggled with my first couple years of high school was kind of, and everyone does struggle with it, but finding who you are. I kind of stumbled through that, and it really had an impact on my social life, my academics, my overall well-being. Just stay true to yourself, come in, explore new things, meet new people, but don't try to change for what other people think you should be.
Also, one last thing. Do stuff that makes you happy. Like, don't do something that you don't like just because other people are doing. Like, for example, if there's a sport like lots of people are doing, and you're not a fan of the sport, don't do it just because.
So don't be peer pressured.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
put yourself in like situations where you feel peer pressured. Be yourself and do stuff that'll make you happy.
And don't let society's expectations impact you.
That's
Exactly.
And
Have
don't-
your own
And
expectations.
don't listen to anything people will say about you because you know you and you know your worth.
Exactly.
And they're probably envious of you if they're criticizing.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for episode 7 of the Biweekly Bias podcast. I will see y'all next week.